right. I hope my voice is audible. Good afternoon, everybody. ఈరోజు మెఫాకి స్ట్రీమ్ చేద్దాం మెఫా మీద. సో మిడ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇన్ మండే. క్వశ్చన్ బ్యాంక్ ఇచ్చారు. We will discuss that question bank. I hope my screen is visible. రైట్, ఈ క్వశ్చన్ బ్యాంక్ని చార్జ్ చేపెట్టేది చేయించా అండ్ it is not opening. Yep. So questions one by one discuss చేద్దాం. ఓకే, డే 14 అంట, అప్పటి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు. సో వాట్ ఈస్ మేనేజర్ ఎకనామిక్స్? ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇట్స్ కీ ఫంక్షన్స్. మేనేజర్ ఎకనామిక్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, దాని ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ అంటే అది ఏం చేస్తుందో చెప్పమంటున్నాడు. మేనేజర్ ఎకనామిక్స్ is the application of economic principles, theories and analytical tools to solve business problems and assist managers in decision making. So I'm not writing everything, అందుకే PDF ఇక్కడ పెట్టాను. Wait. So applies economic principles. Maybe how about PDFని యూస్ చేసుకుంటే బెటర్ ఏమో కదా. Application of economic principles. So obviously it is economics, theories and analytical tools to solve business problems and assist managers in decision making. So decision making అంటే it is practical. మనకి అసలు యాక్చువల్లీ క్వశ్చన్ ఎలా స్టార్ట్ చేయొచ్చంటే we have mainly different types of economics like micro, macro, developmental, right? They are theory based. All right, but it is normative. అసలు యాక్చువల్లీ మేనేజర్ ఎకనామిక్స్ని డిఫైన్ చేసే ముందు we should be able to define economics, right? Okay. It combines economic theory, quantitative techniques and business practices. Its main objective is optimal utilization of resources and profit maximization under conditions of uncertainty. Alright, so economic principles ని యూస్ చేస్తాము, థియరీస్ ని యూస్ చేస్తాము, అండ్ టూల్స్ ని యూస్ చేస్తాము. ఏం చేస్తాము? టు సాల్వ్ బిజినెస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. సో టు సాల్వ్ బిజినెస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కుడ్ బి అవర్ మెయిన్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్. You don't need to write all of this, ఎందుకంటే even though microeconomics is different from developmental, managerial economics, ఇది microeconomic in character అంటున్నాడు కాబట్టి అంత డిస్టింక్షన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ నెససరీ. చాట్ జీపీటీని కూడా ఓపెన్ చేసి పెట్టుకుందాం. సో what is the main definition of economics? I know there is no concrete definition of it, and then let's talk managing economics. And makes sense. You are right, there is no single universally accepted definition of economics. Different economists defined it from different perspectives, but the most accepted modern definition is study of how scarce resources are allocated among alternate uses to satisfy unlimited human wants. Okay. Is all of this necessary? Ante I don't know. బట్ మేనేజర్ ఎకనామిక్స్ అనేది తెలుసుకునే ముందు ఎకనామిక్స్ అంటే తెలుసుకోవడం బెటర్ అనేది మై ఒపీనియన్. ఎకనామిక్స్ ఇస్ స్టడీ ఆఫ్ హౌ స్కేర్స్ రిసోర్సెస్ ఆర్ అలొకేటెడ్ అమంగ్ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ యూజెస్. How scarce and how less resources are allocated among alternative uses to satisfy all human wants. Okay. Scarcity, choice, resource allocation, human wants. Adam Smith, economics is the study of wealth. Okay, welfare definition. Alfred Marshall, Leon Robbins. Okay, I think writing all of this would be good. Cannot this. Economics. Study of how scarce resources are distributed to satisfy human needs. Unlimited human needs. Unlimited అనేది important. సో అప్పుడు మైక్రో ఎకనామిక్స్ దగ్గరికి వద్దాము, అండ్ దెన్ మైక్రో ఎకనామిక్స్, అండ్ దెన్ డెవలప్మెంటల్ ఎకనామిక్స్. ఆల్రైట్. అప్లికేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఎకనామిక్ థియరీ టు బిజినెస్ డెసిషన్ మేకింగ్. ఓకే. ఓకే. In this space all time పడుతుంది. ఆల్రైట్. నేచర్, ఇట్ ఈస్ మైక్రో ఎకనామిక్ ఇన్ నేచర్. మైక్రో ఎకనామిక్ అంటే ఇండివిజువల్ ఫర్మ్స్. ఓకే, ఇంకొకటి మర్చిపోయాం. యాడమ్ స్మిత్ వెల్త్ ఆఫ్ నేషన్స్. యాడమ్ స్మిత్ ఒక డెఫినేషన్ చెప్పాడు, మార్షల్ ఒక డెఫినేషన్ చెప్పాడు, అండ్ further widely accepted on where is this thing. స్టడీ ఆఫ్ వెల్త్ అని చెప్పాడు. వెల్త్ ఆఫ్ నేషన్స్, స్టడీ ఆఫ్ వెల్త్. బట్ ignores welfare. Marshall. So then Alfred Marshall, what is his name? Yes, Alfred Marshall. Study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. Alfred Marshall. What is his definition? Study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. Okay, study of mankind అని చెప్తున్నాడు. Kind of like anthropology. Study of mankind, what? In the ordinary business of life. In the ordinary business of life. సో ఇది మరీ జనరలైజ్ అయిపోయింది. యూజెస్ ఓన్లీ మెటీరియల్ వెల్ఫేర్. యాడమ్ స్మిత్ డెఫినేషన్ ఏమో కంప్లీట్లీ ఇగ్నోరింగ్ వెల్ఫేర్. అండ్ who's this guy? Alfred Marshall definition using only material welfare. So that is the problem. Uneasy on these spectacles. Scarcity definition by Leonard Robbins is the most accepted one. Lionel Messi, Leonard Robbins. Scarcity Definition: Lionel Robbins. How scarcely the commodities or goods or okay, resources are distributed to satisfy limited human needs. So, Banand, we got the base idea of what economics is. ఆ తర్వాత మేనేజర్ ఎకనామిక్స్ గురించి రాయొచ్చు. That is all right. Normative, as I have told, norm kind of like a principle, quantitative techniques, right? Not entirely theoretical. It is decision oriented, normative and decision oriented, forward planning. Okay, demand analysis, right? First unit అనుకోవచ్చు, we are dealing about demand. రాసేయచ్చు ప్రొడక్షన్ అండ్ కాస్ట్ అనాలిసిస్, ఇది సెకండ్ యూనిట్ అనుకోవచ్చు. అండ్ ప్రైస్ ప్రాఫిట్, బడ్జెట్ ప్రైస్ ప్రాఫిట్, part of a firm. అంటే ఈ సైడ్ హెడ్డింగ్స్ ఇఫ్ యూ రిమెంబర్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ థింగ్స్ కదా. బడ్జెట్, ప్రైజ్, ప్రాఫిట్, రిస్క్ ఇన్ జనరల్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద కామన్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ ఫర్మ్. Right. What is the law of demand? Other things remaining constant. Alright, highlighter ఉంది కదా ఇక్కడ. Yes sir. Nice. Other things remaining constant, the quantity demanded of a commodity increases. Hey, nice. Okay, ఇది ఇలా అయిపోతుందా? When its price increases and increases, when its price decreases. Nice one. Inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Okay. So law of diminishing marginal utility. How is it justifying the law of demand? Law of demand is ఎలా justify చేస్తుంది? ప్రైస్ పెరిగితే డిమాండ్ తగ్గుతుంది, ప్రైస్ తగ్గితే డిమాండ్ పెరుగుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ లా ఆఫ్ డిమాండ్. Satisfaction decreases as consumption increases. Okay. When price rises, the customer shifts to substitutes. When price falls, real income rises. I don't think them as true reasons for law of demand. దీన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చాను. Yeah, you can select that. Even if the reasons sound good for law of demand, I don't think they are acting as solid arguments for that. Let's get a more practical way, like to show the inverse relationship between price and demand. Like define what demand is and how is it created and how does price inversely affect demand. That works out in my opinion. Diminishing utility, substitution effects, etc. for mechanicals. Yes, demand is not just a desire, willingness, ability, readiness to pay at a given price during a given period of time. This is the actual definition of demand actually. Nice. So ఇది కూడా రాసేద్దాం. నోస్ నొప్పి పెడుతుంది గట్టిగా దీనికి. అలవాటు అవ్వాలనుకుంటా ఇది. Anyone's here? No one's here. All right. Demand is not just desire, it is willingness, ability, and readiness to pay at a given price during a given period of time. Demand is not equal to desire. Willingness plus ability plus readiness to pay for a product at a given price in a given time. A need or want, okay, you need income or purchasing power. So, as price increases, the willingness to pay decreases. Because other cheaper alternatives or customer thinking the product to be worth it. Alright, so from this you can give reasons for the loss of demand. That seems good. Actually. Assumptions of loss of demand. Consumer income remains constant. Assumptions ఏమున్నాయి? Consumer income remains constant is an assumption. Price of related goods linked to income and cross elasticity. No change, alright. Linked to advertisement elasticity. I'm not saying రెండు same things అనలేదు, but you can link them mentally. Exceptions ఏమున్నాయి? Giffen goods and webland goods, speculative goods and panic buying. Example in stocks, if price rises, demand rises too. What can I do goods? Demand depending directly on price. Price increase and చెప్పచ్చు. Maybe Giffen goods and webland goods. Example luxury products. Nice elasticity of demand. Price elasticity, change in quantity demanded by change in price. There are actually a lot of graphs for this. This by this and that. Right, that works out. Inferior goods. So demand, you won't feel like buying them when you become rich, maybe. Example, car and bicycle. For inferior and complementary is car and bicycle. Yes, writing examples is a good thing. Nature and significance of production and cost analysis. Alright, let's use the dictate option. So I was reading about these inferior inferior goods and complementary goods. Can I give the car and bicycle as an example? For example, as income increases, the demand for bicycle decreases since you can afford to buy a car. So cycle is an inferior good, and in the complementary goods, car and bicycle both are used as a mode of transportation. As the demand for car increases, the demand for bicycle decreases. Can you say that? Let's see. All right, that seems valid enough. So give me some examples for complementary goods and substitution goods and inferior goods then. Examples of goods. This is most of the lesson, by the way. Complementary car and petrol. Car price increases. As car price increases, petrol demand decreases. How about that? Substitute goods, tea and coffee. serve the same purpose. Use it together. Yeah, generally coffee price increases, right? Not tea. Coke and Pepsi, Netflix and Amazon Prime. Actually, other factors influence Netflix and Amazon Prime as well. Inferior goods. Second-hand goods, alright. Instant noodles, etc. Alright, that makes sense. As you grow rich, you won't use those jiffin good. Nature and significance of production cost analysis. Production analysis studies the relationship between inputs and output. Cost analysis studies how different costs behave at different levels of production. Most effective and profitable. Microeconomic, it is optimization oriented, it is economic loss, it is short run and long run concepts, quantitative approach. Alright. Optimum combination of inputs, right? Example x units with the y price sold in %, discount advertisement. Determines break-even point. Second half of second unit it is. Price, alright, what is that? Production and cost analysis, alright. Controls unnecessary expenditure, helps in decision making, like expansion or shutdown. Profit planning, obviously. Production function, Q, labor and capital. So they include land as well. It is what it is. Oh god, it is. You won't believe me, but the spectacles are causing headache. Mhm. 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 Right. Law of diminishing results and law of returns to scale. Okay, this seems good enough. We need to learn that. What is law of diminishing results? Is law of returns to scale. Law of diminishing marginal results. If you keep increasing one input while fixing other inputs, while keeping other inputs fixed, eventually the extra output you get will start decreasing. Our goes to the same fixed factor and eventually gets smaller and smaller extra output. Nice. Yeah, I learned this. Double input outputs. Nice. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Alright. The main problem is I cannot see progress. It's been 35 minutes. Okay. So now what are we doing? We are discussing law of diminishing results and returns to scale. Let us write this. If you keep increasing one input while keeping the other inputs fixed, eventually the extra output you will get start decreasing. If you keep on increasing one input while keeping other things same, the extra output decreases. Example, cooks and kitchen cooks in kitchen is fixed. One cook, let's say, generates 10 meals. Two cooks may be 20. Three cooks 28. Four cooks 36, or maybe even less, 32. We expect 40 for 4 cooks. But kitchen space is limited. So this is the law of diminishing returns. So if you keep అన్ని వేరే ఇన్పుట్ వేరియబుల్స్ని ఫిక్స్డ్గా ఉంచి ఒక వేరియబుల్ని పెంచితే లీనియర్గా అవ్వదు. ఇట్ విల్ బి less than linear. Linear అన్నది ఎలాగెళ్తే it will go like this, maybe. Law of increasing results అన్నది it will go something like this. Nice, that makes sense. Eraser, all right. Returns to scale. All input variables are all inputs are variable. Nothing is fixed, so the scale might be more than linear. Example, if you double workers and double factories, the output units may be more than double. So why are you writing all of this? Law of diminishing. ఇది షార్ట్ టర్మ్ ఫోర్కాస్టింగ్ కాదు, దేంట్లో రాసావు ఇది యాక్చువల్లీ. షార్ట్ టర్మ్ వర్సెస్ లాంగ్ టర్మ్, ఓకే. దేంట్లో ప్రొడక్షన్ ఫంక్షన్, ఓకే. షార్ట్ టర్మ్ వర్సెస్ లాంగ్ టర్మ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఫంక్షన్. సో దీన్ని ఏం చేద్దామంటే we will add the side heading. వస్తుందా? It's not responding. ఇదంతా స్క్రీన్ మీద కనిపిస్తుందా? కనిపిస్తుంది. సో షార్ట్ టర్మ్ వర్సెస్ లాంగ్ టర్మ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఫంక్షన్లో రాయాలి ఇదంతా. వ్యూ అరే దీన్ని మూవ్ చేయాలి ఇప్పుడు బేసిక్గా. దీన్ని ఎలా సెలెక్ట్ చేస్తావు? యా, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. $100 zoomed. Short term versus long term production function. Nice. What are the functions and advantages of production and cost analysis? Okay, you can write that. Optimum output, cost behavior, pricing decisions, profit maximization, expansion. You can write these subheadings: least cost, combination of inputs that produces a given level of output. Marginal product and payable price of factor. Right. Nice. Break-even analysis, no profit and no loss. Okay, managers understand the minimum output required to avoid losses. Total revenue equals total cost. Okay. It reduces production cost, it increases production margin. It ensures helps in long-term planning and improves competitiveness. No, what is this? Okay. That jumble అయిపోయింది అది. We have fixed cost. We have variable cost. We have contribution. Selling price minus variable cost, if it contributes towards covering fixed cost and profit. Selling price minus variable cost contributes towards covering fixed cost and profit. All right. BP, fixed cost by contribution. Units. BP sales is equals to units into selling price. How much each unit is generating? Each unit is generating. That makes sense. Selling price is 80, variable cost is 50, fixed cost is 30,000. Okay, contribution is 30 rupees and you need to sell 10,000 units. Right. Fixed cost is 50,000, variable cost is 25 rupees. So questions ఎలా ఉన్నాయి అసలు? I need to check the questions. Oh, where did I paste these? These are the short questions, right? Yes, these are the short questions. Mm-hmm. Okay. Company has fixed cost of 50,000, variable cost of 25 per unit, and sells the product for 50 per unit. Okay, character. If the company reduces the price to 45, was it written by hand or something? Mm-hmm. So fixed cost is given as 2 lakhs. What is SP? C is variable cost. Okay, actual. SP selling price. No, is it what we are discussing? Original break-even sales in units and margin of safety. Contribution is 15, okay. Original BEP units. Alright. Margin of safety. Actual sales minus BEP sales. Okay, after variable cost increase, okay. Now you need 20,000 units. Alright. What the heck is Delphi method? Okay, I think this is enough stream for today. I wanted to take some break. How many questions did we cover in this stream? We kind of covered 8 questions. It's alright.